What is up, YouTube? Welcome to episode 3 of my Sharesies tutorial or walkthrough series. If you haven't seen episode 1 or 2, then I do recommend you check it out. Episode 1 will take you through the sign up process and adding money to your wallet on Sharesies. Episode 2 will take you through making your first investment. And finally, in today's episode, we're going to be going through automating your investing, okay? So that's by using the automate tool and also placing limit orders. Now, if you are watching this video and you haven't signed up to Sharesies, then down on the bottom in the description, I have left a link for you to sign up to it. So you can also click on my sign up video to take you through a walkthrough of signing up and adding the money. But you can also use that link, and that way you're going to reward yourself with $10 from Sharesies to invest with. And it's actually going to reward me with $5 as well for getting you guys onto the platform. So if you want to show your support, then click that link below. And if you are watching this video after the limited offers, because this $10 promo is only valid for the limited time, but if you do use that link after that promo, it is still going to reward me with $5. But that is enough from me. We're going to jump into my computer now, and we're going to go straight to the home screen, okay? Because we've already signed up, we've already added money to our wallet, we've already invested, and so it's now time to automate our investing. And we're going to start with the auto invest tool. So you can find that on the home page here, just underneath our portfolio value. We can see here, it gives us a little bit of text at the top saying we can invest as little as $5 automatically. And we can also have a look, and it's actually already made some orders from us. So it gives us examples of what we can use for our auto invest, or we can create our own with a DIY order. But as an example, we will click onto the responsible order. So what this does is it's actually going to bring up all the funds that I'm already invested in at the moment that involve the global or responsible. So we can see here we have global responsibility, we have global property, NZ responsible. So those three I'm actually already invested in. However, this global water fund I am not. And it gives us percentages in terms of what percentage our money is going to be broken up into in terms of investing in each thing. So if I invest $100 as my auto invest order, then what's going to happen is $44, so 44% is going to go into this fund, $22, 22% is going to go into this fund, $17, $17, just like that. So you can actually auto invest in this order. So as long as you have money in your wallet, okay, that's really important. If you don't have any money in your wallet, then it's not going to do that. And it's also going to ask how often you like to do it. So if we click auto invest in this order, and then says how much, so we can say that $100, and then how often is every week, every fortnight, 4 weeks, until a month. And then when does it start? We could start it as soon as today, so 30th of November, tomorrow, next week, any day like that, on your payday maybe. You get to choose what you want. If we go back now to the auto invest tab, we can see at the bottom we have the DIY order. So that actually allows us to go through all of these funds here, as we can see, and we can click add. So we could say we want some Asia Pacific, we want Australian property, let's say we want some Australia top 20, and then we could also, let's add some Japanese to that. So we can select those funds, and then same again, how often we want to do that. Now, if I scroll down, we're now going to move into limit orders. And this was something that was added by Sharesies about, let's say, 10 days ago from today's date. And we can see here, if we scroll down, we can click onto one of my funds, or we can actually click onto the invest tab, and we can go like this. If I click on the New Zealand property, what I can do is I can scroll down, you can have a look at it. It is something that I'm already invested in, so I know how it's going. But we can have a look at the analytics and see what's going on with it. But if I click on that invest button down in the bottom right hand corner, we can say how much we'd want to invest. Or before that, we're going to go to limit buy. So if we click on limit buy, we say how much we want to invest, and then how much we want to pay per share. So at the moment, the share price is a $1.45,458, and that was 22 hours ago since that was last updated. So what happens with a limit order is we select the price that we want to buy into, or we select the price we want to sell out on. So in this case, because I've clicked invest, we want to buy into this. And generally speaking, in terms of investing, if you're buying something, we're not going to put in a limit order that is higher than $1.45. We're going to put something that's lower. So we could say when this share price drops down to $1 and let's say 40 cents. When that drops down to that, you can put any value you want. You can also think realistic as well. Don't put it less than $1 or something like that, unless you want like you're predicting a market crash or something like that. But we could say $1.40 and we can add that to cart. And what will happen is when this share price reaches $1.40, this $100 that we want to invest is going to invest into that fund. So the New Zealand Property Fund is going to invest $100 at $1.40 per share. Let's say we want to make a limit order in terms of selling our shares. So if I go ahead, I'll go into, let's say, my New Zealand top 50, all right? So we can go down, we can look at the price history, all the analytics here, and then we can click on the sell button. Now when we click sell, it shows me how many shares I have here. But obviously in the top left hand corner, we've got to change this from market sell, so the available market price at that point of time, to limit sell, all right? Now once we're in limit sell, how many shares do we want to sell? Okay, so I have 339 available. Let's say I want to sell about 40 of those shares off, okay? And that will leave me with 299. The lowest price per share I want to sell at, okay? Now there's two ways we can do this. The first way is what we can call a stop loss, okay? So we can put a price in here. So let's say it's at $3.73 here. And let's say if it is ever to drop down to $2.80 per share, then we want Sharesies to sell it off, okay, before it starts to go any lower. I generally would not play around with that. We can also do it the opposite way, and we can say when this one reaches $3.50, I want you to sell 40 shares at $3.50 whenever it reaches it, if it ever does. Then we click on this sell shares, and then again, Sharesies will put that order in for you. Now with a limit sell, it doesn't matter if you have money in your wallet or not, because you're selling, all right? So all it will do is if it ever sells at that share price, that order does get processed. What will happen is then Sharesies will add that money to your wallet, and then once the money is added to your wallet, it'll come up in here, and then it will allow us to actually withdraw it, okay? You can either withdraw it or you could actually reinvest it, so the money's available to do whatever. So you can click on the withdraw button and do so. Now with those limit order methods, it is universal with both funds and companies, so we can do it with either or. So if we click on a company and we can go market buy to limit buy, we can do it with a company, we can do it with a fund. However, with our auto invest, it does only allow you to do it with ETFs or funds. However, that is all for today's episode. I do hope I kept it as clear and concise as possible and showed you how easy it is. At this point in time, as you can see, I don't have any auto investments. I don't have any limit orders, so it is optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. However, if you do want to play around with it, I have just shown you how easy it is to do so. Now, if you do have any questions though from this video, or if you like to just say hi, then hit me up in those comments below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But that is all from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.